Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Hope you all are great. Sometimes I pray that you don't have a child that will come online and disgrace you without even your knowledge, because this particular one is a huge disgrace. Coming out to see somebody saying nobody cares about the Jim Crow era. Like, who told you? Where did you even come from? That is another one. Sometimes I am really, really, really disgusted by the way some black people, black men and women, but most especially black men, young black men, how they come online to disgrace themselves, become cool and all of a sudden. But I want to remind this young man that he cannot be chosen, because Candice Owen, go and ask Candice Owen how far with her life as it stands. She is looking for a way to save herself and she cannot. Now, let me tell you something. All money is not good money. I don't know what you are chasing, if it is the bag that you are chasing. But for me, I think that you are doing this for free because nobody is actually paying you so far. You want to remind black people that nobody cares about reparation, Jim Crow, and all that, because it was all in the past. That black people are lazy, go get a job and all that. Stop waiting for, like, it's really amazing how I see someone that look like this come out to say all this. Some actually do need brain reconstruction. Yes, you do need one. Because coming out here to gaslight yourself, not even my people, shows how ignorant you are, because you are not enlightened. If you are enlightened, you will never come out here to say what you are saying. You want to give white people N-word pass? Give them. Black people don't care. Let's get into it.
Nobody gives a damn about the Jim Crow era. Nobody gives a damn about slavery. It already happened. So what? It's in the past. It already happened. You niggas need to understand one thing. It doesn't matter anymore. It already happened. It's the past for a reason. It doesn't exist anymore. Cause guess what? White people used to say the N-word all the time. Now they're scared to say the N-word in a song they're singing at a concert or whenever they're bumping to music in their car. People look at you crazy because you cry about everything. Literally everything. You want to know what we're actually affected by today? People race baiting in politics. The fact that 52% of murders in America are committed by black men, even though we are only 13% of the population. Like, think about that for a second. More than half of the murders done in America has been committed by by a set of people who are only 13% of the population. Bro, there's a problem. What's really affecting people is, black people wanting to punish the white man and get revenge on the white man for, number one, something that they never ever experienced in their life, which is slavery, and something that you never lived through. Point blank period. AKA reparations. Like, do y'all not see how dumb this is? How are you going to ask for something? How are you going to ask for compensation for something that you never went through? Something that you did not experience during the time through which you lived or have lived. Bruh, you weren't even born yet. You know what I'm saying? Your mom didn't even think about having you yet. Nobody cares, man. Stop crying. Nobody gives a damn about the Jim Crow era. Nobody gives a damn about slavery.
You know what I find odd about you, newfangled ass black men? It's the willingness to be stupid. I'm not even gonna lie. That is odd to me. The willingness to pretend like if I ignore these things, oh well, people don't care. Of course they do. But you have gotten so caught up in white politics that you seem to forget that. Let me help you understand something, young man. People do care. That's why there's an entire museum about it. There's an entire museum that President Trump is trying to close down. But I thought they didn't care. Why would they touch it? If they didn't care, why is he trying to close it? Why are you erasing the exploits of the Tuskegee Airmen if they don't care? If they don't care? Hmm? I'm pretty sure you didn't realize that Harriet Tubman was buried as a brigadier general. And if you went on the Department of Defense website, you wouldn't find that. Why are they erasing that if nobody cares? Hmm? They must care somewhat. They're doing everything they can to erase it. They're throwing letters CRT, DEI, woke. But you said they don't care. You said they don't care. It's funny how the people that don't care are the ones that are doing all the fuck shit. Don't you find that odd? It's kind of like voting. To give you a perfect example, everybody says voting doesn't matter. If that's the case, why are there so many people hell bent on stopping folks from voting? It must mean something, don't you think? You can't really do something and then say, well, nobody cares. See, that's how I know you one of them newfangled motherfuckers. Doing your damnedest to ingratiate yourself with a group of people that 60 years ago would have tried to put you in a tree. I get it. It's the new mingling time and everything, but please understand something. If nobody cared, they wouldn't be trying to do all they can and all they are doing to erase the history that you said nobody gives a fuck about. You don't find that odd, suspicious? You really don't? You mean to tell me you see all these things being erased, whitewashed as it will, and you think these people still don't give a fuck? That is where men like yourself or young men like yourself fail every single time. You see, you don't have to forget who you are to be whatever it is that you want to be. So I'm going to need you to think about this. I need you to really think about this really, really hard. If nobody cares, then why is the President of the United States, the Secretary of Defense, and everybody in his administration slowly erasing your ability to hear about it or read about it or go see it in the first place?
Today's edition of Things That I Saw Against My Will, I literally just saw a video of a young man saying that nobody cares about Jim Crow and nobody cares about slavery because those things are in the past and we've since moved on from them. Child left behind. Somebody needs to pay for these crimes. Because how do you look at massive historical events such as the human trafficking effort known as enslavement and say that it doesn't matter when we can point to that time and show you how it impacts today? Here, let me collapse time for you, okay? My great-great-grandmother, her name was Celie. She died in 1990. I was born in 1985. Her parents, her direct parents, were enslaved. Yeah. I could point to slavery and show you why we're in a maternal crisis, especially the Black maternal health crisis. I could point to slavery and show you how capitalism is adversely affecting people and turning people into human doings instead of human beings. I could point to slavery and show you directly how overseers and slave catchers are directly the ancestors of the policing system that we experience now. Like you're saying, Jim Crow, like our grandparents, they lived through that. Our great-grandparents, they lived through that. People who we could talk to right now lived through that, which means that there's people who's also making and shaping laws that you're experiencing right now who lived through that. Mind you, he's doing this for free. He's saying this online for free. I can understand if you were on your Candace Owens, but saying this stuff for free, like, what do you want? Like a pat on the head and a biscuit? Good puppy, good boy? The least y'all could do is take the time to use these tiny computers that we have in our pockets to actually look something up before you say it. Or you're just going to end up being the mouthpiece of bigots who, as soon as you extend your use, as soon as you're not useful to them anymore, they'll cast you aside. They'll pat you on your head and kick you out in the rain with the rest of us. So, just a thought.
Man, I'm done with this country. You see what's been going on, bro? Black people been catching hell from every single direction. Like cops, the justice system. Like, we can't have nothing. Like, man, I'm convinced America ain't never been for us, bro. Nah, bro. You're just looking for somebody to blame. Stop acting like you have no power. The system ain't stopping you from waking up and going to work every day. Man, it's crazy. You sound just like him. That whole pull yourself up talk and that whole get yourself together card, it don't work when the whole deck is stacked up against us. You think just working hard enough is going to be enough to beat the racist system we live in? Yeah, you damn right it is when you stop playing the damn victim. Don't get it twisted. Racism is real, but hey, opportunity is also real as well. Look how many black millionaires are around. Look how many black people own businesses and are successful themselves. You think they just sat around and waited for all the stuff that they own now to come to them? Bro, that's the 1%. Most of us are stuck in the hood and still getting profiled. Still underpaid, still underappreciated. You acting like that ain't real. Yeah, that's real, but you know what else is real? You got Wi-Fi, the internet, you got jobs out here. You scrolling on Instagram on $1,000 iPhone every day, doing nothing with your life. Hey man, I don't know about you, but if you ask me, that ain't oppression, that's a choice. You ain't held back, you're holding yourself back. Ain't no white man stopping you from learning a skill, building a business, or getting a job. That's all you. You're standing in your own way. So what, you calling me lazy now? Listen, I ain't even had to say it. You said it yourself. And another thing too, you too comfortable. You're comfortable blaming the world instead of fighting for your future. You want sympathy, I want to be successful. That's the main difference between us. Man, I don't want to hear nothing you talking about. I just want my reparations. Yeah, man, I'm done having this conversation. You tripping.
This is all I got from this video. Now, sometimes when I see people like this, I don't know what to tell them, what to call them, or how to address them. But sincerely speaking, if he is only doing this on TikTok, trust me, you ain't getting anything because I ain't getting any shit. Because TikTok ain't paying so much. I don't even know if he is monetized and all that. But one thing I wanted to know is that he cannot be popular. You are only stopping at that TikTok. You are not going anywhere further. Go and ask other people. Also, ask your sister Candice Owen how she is looking for a way to save her life, because at this point in time, it is shocking her, right? And she is looking for a way out. Did you get that? Clock it. You personally said that you don't like that Jim Crow never. How did it affect Black people? People like you probably missed school, because if you did not miss school, there is no how, as young and vibrant as you are, that you are not able to tell stories or tell us, you in person, tell us about Jim Crow, what happened during Jim Crow, and how bad segregation was for people that look like me. When I see young men, young boys, because it looks like they recruit themselves month. Every month, you absolutely will see someone new coming out with stories. Jim Crow happened in the past, segregation happened in the past. Don't you know that? I didn't know how to explain. So how am I supposed to explain something like this to a Dom? Like, how am I supposed to start explaining that he does not understand that all these things have effects? I am going to use Africa as, okay, let me use Nigeria as example. Since after our independence, does it mean that we are free? Of course, we are not free, because it's been from one distance to another. Are we really free? We are not free. We were colonized. Yes, they gave us independence. Yes, but are we still work for them? How is that hard for you to understand? That no matter how hard that we work as maybe Africans, right? We try as much as we can to raise, and they look for a way to drown you because they don't want you to be higher than them. And the leaders we keep having are the ones that will be answerable to them. If you are not answerable to them, that is the end. How are you not supposed to understand that the struggles, the sufferings are still embedded and enrooted? They are all rooted on what happened. How is that also different from segregation, Jim Crow, and the rest? And who told you that segregation is over? Who told you that Jim Crow is over? Who told you slavery is over? All these are not over. They only evolved. How is that hard for your dumb skull to understand? Is it too hard of an English that you don't understand it? that people are going to learn skills, probably need a loan to start up the business. You will not be able to get a loan. Why? Because of where you're coming from. You are going to be qualified. Does it mean that my people still with all these things that they are not working? Of course, they are with all these things. They still work so hard to make sure that they keep their head above the water level. How is that really hard for you to understand? That as a black person, you are going to train somebody, and when you're done training the person, they earn better than you. Does it mean that you are still not working? You are not working, but all these things are still, and like the roads, you can trace all of it back. It is not something that you can, they are all traceable. You all wake up every day with your dumb skulls and you want to mount your camera like a silly human being. And then you want to talk to black people about segregation, that it's been in the past, that it's no longer affecting them. Go and, I don't know if you are a migrant or if you're already African American, but go back and ask your parents if they are migrants. Ask them, when did they migrate and who migrated before them, or were they the first generation and all that. Ask them questions. Why did their great grandparents not migrate during slavery? Or if you are African American, go back and ask your parents something. I am sure your parents do not even know that you are making all those videos. Some of you are a disgrace, sincerely speaking. There are some things like, if I do not have anything good to say, I would rather just keep quiet and just than coming online to shame yourself, not my people. Because you refuse to learn, you refuse to, I don't know, how is that even hard to understand, to learn, to educate yourself? Or you just want to be a coon like every other, or some of them. Is that just what you want to be? Get a skill, like black people do not have skills, like they've not been working. You already say bye for now.